everybody. I'm not exactly sure I'm going to put this video together. I don't really have it planned out. I think I'm going to edit this contents together. What I am doing today for this part is I'm going to make a Christmas present for a friend, and she wants a planner that's junk journal style. And I had this old book. As you can see, I'm going to have to do some repair on the spine and everything. She's very vintage, but neutral, not a lot of colors, more about textures and everything. And what's more, this book is big enough, or the right size dimensions, that I can fit, 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper folded in here. Now, I don't know if it's thick enough for the way I'm going to do this journal. So that's what I mean. It might be that you see this part of the video, and then when I edit later on, I'm doing it in two, or I'm making a new cover. But this is the dream. This is the hope. So what I've done is I used a printable from Tsunami Rose, and she has like one with just, an ink saver. This is just my thinking, how am I going to figure it all out prototype. So it's not on coffee dye paper or anything. And it's just hard to make a planner for somebody else too. Excuse me. I'm getting over a respiratory thing. So I put together like a little template for myself to help me think about what I wanted to print. So, I'm going to do 13 signatures. One is going to be really small with just like a yearly planner, and if I have room, blank pages. And then each one is going to be, each signature is going to have a cover from scrapbook paper that's two-sided. And then when you open it up, this will be the first thing you see. And then these will be blank coffee dyed paper. So that will be blank on that side. And then when you open it, this is the only way I could figure out how to make this work with this printable. There's the monthly planner. And I'm going to glue them onto the coffee dyed cardstock and heavyweight paper. Like this one's resume paper. So that one will be glued. That's why I have it clipped here. Then these will both be blank or coffee dyed. And then these will be the weekly planner. So I did 12 that are, this is it. Yeah. Just this printed, blank on the other side. Then I did 24 with the same thing, but two-sided. Oh, that one's not two-sided. See, I gotta go through and organize them better. Is this one? Trust me, I did some that are two-sided. I promise. Oh, here we go. So there's that, and then two-sided. And so, so then the thought is, I would sew through there. So there are, I should say, there's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and 5 weeks. Some months she wouldn't need, but I wanted this to be, each one needs to be the same, or at least the way I figured this out. I couldn't find any tips on YouTube. The only ones I saw were using glue books and stuff, and I really wanted to sew the signature. I wanted to do it the hard way, but yeah, I didn't want to take the time to design my own printable to do it, of course. So, and then this will be blank, 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 blank. Wait, let me see this again. Yeah, so she's got lots in the back here that she can, she can do list, she could do notes, she could do memory keeping, she could even do collage and get creative because she's starting to get into junk journals. And then that's at the end, just because, that's how it worked out. So I thought, I don't know what I thought. So this part will probably be a little craft of me. Let's see if we can, trying to decide if I should come back after I've made a couple so you're not watching me think. So let me do that. So that was the introduction, and then I'll come back and show you when I've got some put together. Okie dokie. I got some of the signatures made, so I will walk you through making one. I think I'm gonna have to expand the spine, guys. There's just no room to grow. I don't even know once I make this other signature if it will fit. I'm gonna put these in a press, but even still, I think I'm gonna have to expand the spine. And it's plain. I mean, making a new one would be cool, but I like this faded gold lettering and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do, I think. But I've got time to think about it because these are all going to have to press. So I kind of got, I started, I folded the easy one, the first one. So what I did was, this was, one copy. By the way, if you choose to do this, pay attention, excuse me, when you go to glue these, because I did 3 before I noticed backwards. So the first day of the week was Friday, and I don't think that's true anywhere in the world. So, I had one piece that's kind of a lightweight cardstock, because I was thinking that my friend Tammy might enjoy using this as a collage or to add pockets, especially if I expand the spine. You know what kind of kills me about this is this looks fantastic. Doesn't that look amazing? But there's absolutely no room to grow. And I wanted to, I'm not going to overly decorate this book. I was thinking about maybe adding lace to some of the edges, because I know that she would really like that, and it's just so yummy to see lace peeking out. Let's see, peeking out of a the edge of a book. I just see, this is the thing with journals. I like it when things are peeking out and sticking out, and I don't really necessarily have a mind with a problem with a gator mouth or a really, bulging journal, but I kind of want it to have some room to grow so it doesn't start off that way. Plus, I'm a little bit concerned. So I got those in the order. I need them. See, I'm a little bit concerned that when I'm going to do the hidden spine on these, and will all 13 signatures fit? And then still have the journal close, is there enough room? So I haven't made up my mind completely, but I'm thinking about doing Heather from Ruby and Pearl XO, where she expands a spine. I did that with some of my woodland journals, and it's kind of a fun look. And I think Tammy, my friend Tammy, who I'm making this for, I think she'll like that. And I also think, but I'm not positive, that I have some dark velvet that's black. Maybe. Oh, shooty darn. Where did my thingy go? There it is. I'm using just an old gift card to kind of squeegee this. I don't know. Okay. So I should probably use some words here that have something to do with what I'm doing. What I did is I cut it, and then I also trimmed a little bit off of the edges. Now, I noticed on some of these, probably because I printed like 12 at a time, some of them printed a little crooked. I'm not really going to worry about that. Normally that would bother me, but number one, I don't have enough coffee dyed paper to go back and reprint this, because this is using a lot of coffee dyed paper. At some point, I'm going to have to count. And number two, since it's a planner and it's designed for writing and decorating, but it's not, I don't know. I just feel like that's okay. And I think, forgive me if I said this, but I did trim these so there would be no extra bulk here on the, oops, almost messed up. I haven't done that one yet. I have made a couple of mistakes, but I haven't done that one. But so there's an extra bulk here at the fold, where we're going to be sewing it in. Yeah, so pay attention to what you're doing. This is like really the only gluing for putting the planner together that I have for the way I did it. But yeah, I made 3, as I said, before I realized, oh, I'm gluing them in the wrong order. So I had to go print up some more because there was just, I tried, there was no way to make that work. Alrighty, so, and on some of these, I didn't trim down the top and the bottom. Probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. But I figure any of the pages, if they stick out a little bit and it bothers me, I'll go back and trim them with the scissors. Oh man, I am ever one of those days. I think it's just this respiratory thing. I'm still not 100%. Oh my gosh, I'm so messy today. Okay, so I mean, not that I'm not messy. I mean, I'm always messy, but I feel like I'm either more sensitive to it or extra messy. Take your pick. Alrighty, so here's what we have so far. We've got, this is the monthly planner page. And I picked that this was how they came, like this. And I just thought, even though this is the last page, thought maybe this might be a good, you know, like at the end of the month if you need to carry things over, or if she has an ambition to get certain things done. And then I just thought this was handy because it's right there, you know, at a glance. So, and then she's got these nice blank pages right here that she can collage, she can take notes, make plans. Very open-ended. And then there is the monthly planner at a glance. And then next we need to add the one-sided, oh, there it is. The one-sided weekly planner. So it's blank on this side, and I printed one for each month. So there were 12 of these. 12 of these, and I printed 12 of these, and these are one-sided. And then obviously this was one-sided, but I glued it on coffee dyed paper. And so we're gonna fold this in half, and this is just paper. I don't know, I don't feel like you need like a scoreboard for it, but you know, whatever works for you. Okay, and then we've got our first double-sided, same thing, both sides. This you just need to pay really close attention so you don't print the other side upside down. So they came out of my printer like this, and I printed, I think I did 12 at a time. And then I just carefully, as I paid attention, okay, this is the top. And I just carefully made sure that the blank side, that the top was where it came out. I mean, it's one of the things you just have to pay attention. Because I don't know why I have a mental struggle with that. Well, I think some programs like PDFs and things, like the tops come out differently. So there's not even necessarily a set rule. And I will say this, on my laptop, like as I said, in the printer, this was where the top of the page was. But what I was seeing on my laptop was, this is the top. So that doesn't make it any more confusing, right? All right, so, and I don't have these in any particular order. I am working hard here. As I said, I'm gonna put these in a book press. I will, maybe I'll do that right here. I don't know if that's riveting YouTube or not, but all right, so here's what I did. This is the one that's just for the year. And I think since I'm going to expand the spine, I guess I've made up my mind. I might add another page or two, just blank pages. And then the middle of the signature will have her yearly planner. Haven't made up my mind on that yet. And then here are all 12 in no particular order. So let's see. Yeah, I got to expand the spine. I mean, which kind of stinks because I would love to make just a big curved spine. I mean, look how, whoops, it slid down a little bit. But, I mean, look how yummy that looks. But that's just, you know, I just don't think that's going to work. But we'll see. We'll put it in the book press. But I think even with it being pressed, you know, it's going to have to be a gator mouth just to put anything in there. And I was thinking, I kind of want it to look nice on her desk. So, you know, I could expand the spine just a little bit, add some velvet and lace. It just won't have that beautiful curved. It will be flat like this, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'll probably still do a floating spine. That's just personal preference. I think that's easier to lay flat. Okay, so let me grab my book press. Give me a second here. I didn't plan. Why would I want to plan? Okay, so my husband made this for me out of scrap wood, but he followed the directions from, I think her YouTube handle is Sea Lemon. If I can find the YouTube tutorial where she shows you how to make one of these, I will do so. Look how long these, I don't know, can you, hold on, don't get nauseous, but look at that. How long those are. Hubby, he was like, oh, I don't know how long, so he bought the longest, whatever these are, you know, at the hardware store, but I have no complaints. I think he's just so sweet to do it. She has you make it out of wood cutting boards, like from Amazon, I think, but he went through my dad's scrap wood pile and ended up just making it out of scrap wood. So the only thing we had to buy were these little bolt things. I'm trying to get them, you know, gotta be bigger, man. Gotta be bigger. Well, I will say, making this planner mentally is hard because of all the figuring out, like how to do the pages, you know, so I could sew it together. I can see why people use glue books or use like a Zutter or a binding thing or do rings. I just couldn't see Tammy. I mean, I could be wrong. I just couldn't see her wanting to do rings. I don't know. I know she's going to want this to be aesthetically pleasing and like very vintage and maybe a tiny bit shabby or primitive. It's hard to describe Tammy's style. It's one of those things when when you see it, you know it. She loves antiques and vintage and, as I said, neutral colors, and she's kind of more about texture. She likes a little bit of old lace, but not like where you're going to town, not like the whole shabby chic thing. I'm trying to get this screwed in tightly into place. I don't always use this, but it is nice to get crisp edges on your, what do you want to call it? Like the ends where you're going to sew it in. And yeah, so now I got to decide if I just expand the spine, which I think I'm going to. Do I sew lace on the edges? I think so. I could glue it, but yeah, I don't know. See, I'm being willy-nilly here, but I know I want to add some pockets. I don't want to do too much because I'm really trying to get this tight here. I don't want to do too much because I want her to have fun decorating it. I was gonna gather some things together, like some printables, you know, like old copies of old photos and things I've fussy cut from books, and maybe some Tim Holtz people and stickers. Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna look first. So there it is. See, I think, I wonder if I can get it any tighter. Oh yeah, and then hubby put feet on it too. Okay, see that. So highly recommend one of these. As I said, it's not for every type of journal, but if you're doing it with an old book, okay, that is as tight as it's gonna get. All right, so when these are done pressing and I've made up my mind, and I will continue this video. So I'll see you probably instantaneously for you, but for me, it'll be in a couple days. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to edit all these together. And as you can see, I did not put it together on camera. I was getting really busy and just felt like I needed to hurry up and finish it up. But you got the part that requires a lot of thought. Oh my goodness, look, I've been coffee dyeing ledger paper this morning. Really dark. But I wanted to give you a flip through and you can see the decisions I made. I'll move this out of the way. so I expanded the spine. I decided to do that, and I did the ruby and pearl technique, and I will try to remember to put a link down below. And it's a little piece of black velvet and some crocheted lace, and then I made a little belt closure out of black velvet ribbon and a vintage, I think it's a belt buckle. Well, it doesn't have the little thing. Anyway, a buckle that I had in my stash that I've probably had this like 30 years. I'm pretty sure it came in a thing of buttons, but you don't really care about that. So, and then I've got the little piece of paper that will come out so she can write the year or whatever. This image is from the Graphic Fairies premium site. And then we've got some like dotted Swiss, just because we've gone full shabby on this. And so I put this together the way I put together my woodland journals, and I'll put a link down below. It's probably closest to the ones where I did from the Altered Books. I even expanded the spine in those like this with the Bambi and everything, and I'm pretty sure that's on YouTube, so I'll link to that. I will tell you that making this is not what you should do for your first journal. Sewing 13 signatures in 2.5 inches is a little bit of a challenge, and I had to cut some out and redo them. So we got a book. This is from an old book. Oh dear, there we go. It's something on her head. And this journal is plain. I want Tammy to have a good time decorating it and adding pockets and, you know, doing collage and just really having fun. So I have not decorated it at all, so it shouldn't take very long to flip through. So I did I guess it's like a floating spine. I don't know if you can see where, I don't know. You'll see when I go to open it up. It's not glued to the back. It's just glued. The fabric that I bound it with is just glued to the covers. So as I said, completely plain. Got the lace. I did it in the book press. So this one is just the year at a glance. And I think this took about 60 coffee dyed pages. I think. I have not counted how many pages are in this book, but it's a lot. So we've got blank because the only way I could get it to work out. But also I thought she could put notes and goals, memory planning or keeping, or just have fun and do it like a collage book or something. So, and then we have this Tim Holtz page, and then we start each month with this. And this printable, once again, is from Tsunami Rose, and I will link it. This was the only way I could make it work. So we've got blank, and this is a piece of cardstock. And then I glued that in there, so those are glued, so they're together. And then more blank pages so she can, as I said, memory keeping, collage, notes, goals, recipes, whatever. And so this is kind of what each month looks like. So I won't flip through because they're pretty much the same. And then of course there's one sewn, you know, in the middle. And my printer heads needed to be cleaned, but I left it. I thought, oh, she's just going to be doodling and stuff in here. So, and as I said, with 60 sheets of paper. Oh my goodness. But by the way, if you're curious, this is all my coffee dyed paper that I sell in my Etsy shop. So this is a monthly checklist, and then you can just circle. So I'll just quickly show you. So as you can see, they're pretty much, got that one, and then they're all pretty much the same, just different, and no pockets or anything. And I'll show you what I did for her. She's not like she likes to get together with us and make junk journals, like little memory keeping ones. But she hasn't made a lot or anything, so I thought she'd really enjoy. She loves to do like the collage and decorating, and see, I thought there was lots of places and stuff that she could add stickers and washi tape and see pockets. So there's that one. I love this paper. I got this at a thrift store. A lot of this stuff is from garage sales and thrift stores, and long time use of my stash. Like this is back from before I was even paper crafting. It's old Tim Holtz paper. Look how grungy that one is. So it's a mix of a coffee dyed paper, scrapbook paper, and did I say coffee dyed paper? Cardstock. I'm not even listening to myself. I'm just rambling. So more Tim Holtz. As I said, she really likes vintage. That's her jam. And it's not perfect. Some of the signatures are kind of a little, well, I got them a little close to the bottom, but they're not going over the edge. So, and then see, like the bird got kind of cut off, but I figure she's not necessarily a bird person, so she could easily embellish that in collage. There's that. And then I love eyelet. This is a little touch of me. I love eyelet so much. And this is also thrifted paper. And Tim Holtz. And then at the end, it's from a wallpaper book. All right, so there's that. That's all done. And then what I put together was a box. This is, oh my goodness, excuse me, an old microscope box. And it's not really her color of wood, so she'll probably have to upgrade it. But I thought for keeping it on her desk. So then what I made is I punched a bunch of coffee dyed tabs using 2 different paper punches. The EK Success one that I got off of Amazon, and then the tabs one I got from Hobby Lobby. If I can find this punch, I'll link it below, but I don't know. I keep saying this and I have to remember it all. So then these are scraps that I cut that she can turn into pockets that kind of go with what's in the book. And there's scraps from the journal, and then there's scraps from my stash. And then the clip, these really cool tarnished brass clips are from Hobby Lobby. And then I just kind of tossed in there loose some scraps, which I should package them cute, but just little scraps for her to play with. And then these are images from Graphics Fairy premium site. And then I cut up some pictures from my books. This book is I should share this book with you guys sometime. It's like amazing. Look at this photo. And then these are from online. And as I said, these are just all from books that, you know, have these kind of photos, and a great way to get some photos for your, if you don't mind cutting up old books, which I don't. If I get them cheap enough, it doesn't bother me at all, as long as it's not a super rare book. And then in here is some ephemera that I've cut from books. I don't know if you can see, like this is like a, you know, fashion book, not old, just a reprint. And then there's Tim Holtz ephemera in here, and then there's Hobby Lobby, Paper Studio has their they now have vintage style ephemera. So that's so she can, I don't have really stickers for her. She could purchase her own stickers, but I just thought if she wanted to glue these on the pages to decorate them. And then I know she has glue, but I also know she keeps it somewhere else, probably not with her journal. So I thought, you know, who wants to walk upstairs or across the house or whatever? So a little bottle of glue. And then this is from my leftover from my mom's estate sale. And my mom made these really cool tassels, button tassels. I'm trying to remember. I was trying to wrap my brain. I think she just had them hanging like from lamps and stuff. And but anyway, I thought this was a fun way to give Tammy some buttons to embellish like the lace and stuff on the journal, and just kind of add to her stash. And then there's even a little tassel, and then she'll get a kick out of it that my mom made that. She may not even cut it apart, because she's a good friend of my mom's too. And then more just kind of odds and ends of like ephemera. So got some vintage, I think they're bus tickets, Chester City Transport, and then some Tim Holtz journaling cards. And I've had these forever. They're for marking pipes. I don't know, but they're really cool, fun to play with and use in collage. More Tim Holtz journaling cards, and then this postcard from Amazon. So just some things for her to play with. As I said, there's probably more in here than will fit in the journal, but that's okay. I always feel like it's nice to have too many choices than not enough. And then, of course, you got to have some Tim Holtz people that I thought she could put like at the front of signatures and use them for tuck spots and everything. These were all like doubles that I had. So I thought, oh, and if she doesn't use them in that, she can use them in her other collage projects. And then these are the the die cut. I had some die cuts that I'd already done. So the slotted die from Tim Holtz and this really cool lace one I love to use for a tuck. And then these are like those little squares in the back of the Tim Holtz paper. So I thought she could play with those, use them as mats. And then, of course, you got to have some people. Got to have some paper dolls. And then I did have some stickers and stuff in my stash I thought she could play with. So there's a lot here. And then I bought a printable. I'm going to have to find them. I bought two. Matter of fact, here's July. It fell out. And I just tossed it back in there. I don't think they're going to work on the tabs. But she can play around with it to mark like the months. But so just so you can see. So as you can see, there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots in here for her to play with. And then some stickers. And then I didn't cut out all the things. I guess I'm not that good of a friend. And then an extra ink and doohickey. So it will be there with her journal. And then a whole bunch of just like paper clips and stuff like that. Like ball pins. Uh-oh. So that is what I'm going to gift to her with that. So she's got like a whole little kit. I wish I could have found something that was more her wood color. But on the other hand, for me, I was just trying to use what I had and not buy anything special. I did buy the glue. But everything else I had in my craft room. So I felt really good. And it was a fun experience to make this journal. But I'll be honest, I think this is going to have to be like childbirth, where you have to go a long time. And you forget how hard it was. I mean, I'm glad I made the video. So if I decide to make one, but I feel like what I need to do is figure out how to make it, like lay it out so you could sew it without having to jerry rig it, sort of, you know, without having to glue it down. And maybe one day I will. And when I do, I will share that all with you. So I will edit all this together. And I'm sorry if it's kind of higgly-piggly because it's been 2 weeks since 2 or 3 weeks. I've been kind of obsessed with listing. I tend to do that. I get like manic, like, oh, I just want to list stuff. I don't want to craft. And then I go, oh, no, I just want to craft and I don't want to list stuff. So I just roll with it. So anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I didn't really show while I figured this journal out. And hopefully if you decide to tackle this, you know, this will help you kind of figure it out. Please, if you want to leave questions or something in the, you know, questions in the comment section, I can try to answer them. Of course, if this is 2023, if you're asking me in 2026 and I haven't made another one, I may not remember what I did, but maybe. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.